When I returned 3 days early from my business trip, the first thing I noticed wasn't the laughter, it was the noise. Hammering, drilling, the kind that feels out of place in your own home. I walked through the gate, suitcase in hand, and saw dust floating in the sunlight. My toilet, bathroom, and kitchen were torn apart, pipes sticking out like veins, tiles broken, floor ripped up. My sister looked up, half smile, half surprise. "Oh, you're back early," she said, wiping sweat from her brow. "We're renovating before moving in." "Moving in?" Her husband laughed behind her. So did his parents. It wasn't friendly laughter. It was the kind people use when they think the joke is you. I just nodded. Okay, and that was it. I didn't ask where my things were. I didn't ask why no one told me. I just walked into my bedroom, what was left of it, and found the sheets missing, closet empty, my space erased. But what they didn't know was this. I don't shout when I'm betrayed. I listen, I watch, I plan. It started 2 years ago. After my parents passed, I let my sister move in with her husband temporarily. She cried when she asked, said they were struggling, and I couldn't say no. Family, right? For a while it was fine. Then little things started to vanish. My documents, my jewelry, my sense of belonging. They said it was a misunderstanding. Then they stopped saying anything at all. My house became their house. My silence became permission. When I left for the business trip, they must have thought it was the perfect time, 3 weeks away, enough to finish what they started. The takeover. They didn't know I had cameras in every corner of the house. Not the ones you buy in stores, hidden ones integrated with the lights, synced with cloud backup. 3 days before I was due back, I watched from my hotel room as they carried my furniture out. Watched my sister sign papers with a contractor. Watched her husband take cash from a man in a suit. My documents in his hand. They weren't renovating. They were selling. I didn't say a word when I came home. I needed one more day, just one. That night, I made a few calls. To the bank, to the city office, to the lawyer who drafted my parents' will. Then I called the real owner of the construction company, an old college friend who owed me a favor. By dawn, the plan was in motion. The next morning, I sat on my porch, coffee in hand, when my phone rang. It was my sister. Her voice trembled. "There are 2 police cars in front of the house." I sipped my coffee. "Yeah," I said. "There's supposed to be. What's happening?" she asked. I could hear her husband in the background shouting. I didn't answer. I just watched as 2 officers walked past me, entered the house, and began reading out a list of charges: fraud, forgery, attempted illegal sale of inherited property. Her husband's face went pale. His in-laws went silent. "My sister, she just stood there frozen. You set us up," she finally managed. "No," I said, looking her dead in the eye. "You did that yourselves. Here's what they didn't know. The house was never transferred to my name alone. It was a trust. Any attempt to sell it without full family consent triggered an investigation. Every document they forged, every withdrawal they made, already reported. All I did was let them hang themselves with the rope they wove. The moment they tried to cash the buyer's deposit, it was flagged. By the time I came home, the authorities had everything they needed. As the police took them away, she turned to me one last time. "You're my brother," she said, voice cracking. "How could you do this to family?" I stepped closer, close enough for her to see what she missed all these years. The part of me that learned silence is sharper than rage. "I didn't do this to family," I said. "I did this for it. For the part you destroyed." She broke then. Tears, disbelief, regret. Too late. After they left, I walked back inside. The workers had stopped, tools scattered, half-finished walls. It was quiet again, the kind of quiet that feels like justice. I went to the bathroom, or what was left of it, and stared at the shattered mirror. My reflection looked calm, almost peaceful. I wasn't angry anymore. Anger is noisy. But revenge. Revenge is silent, 3 days early. That's all it took to catch them. 3 days between betrayal and exposure. 3 days that separated what they thought I was from who I actually am. They thought they were taking my place, my home, my life. But in the end, they just revealed theirs. Greedy, hollow, built on lies. And as I watched the police cars disappear down the street, I finally smiled, not because I won, but because they finally found out who took my place.